Alright, looks like it's time to do another spellcasting video for 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, and this time we're going to talk about necromancy spells.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about necromancy spells. We're each going to go through our 5 necromancy spells, and for our favorites, to let you know what we think you absolutely need in order to be a necromancer, or at least what our necromancers would have in their spell books.
I'm Nerdarchist Ted.
And I'm Nerdarchist Dave.
Welcome to Nerdarchy.
For nerds, by nerds.
Alright, so there's only 29 necromancy spells that we were able to find within D&D Beyond. And that's not a lot over the course of 9 levels worth of spells and cantrips, so wow, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, one of the main things that I went back and looked through the wizard tradition, Necromancer, to see, well, how many of their spells really have something to do with necromancy? There's the reaping ability where if they cast any spell, they get twice their level back in temporary hit points. If they kill something 3 times, if it's a necromancy spell. So that could be very important if you want to keep kind of buffing your hit points with the life force of your enemies. Then the other thing that I saw that was fairly relevant and important as well is when you create undead, you increase the number of hit points they have based on your level, as well as they get an attack bonus with weapons, maybe, or their attacks. I don't know. It's worded kind of weird considering how undead generally operate, but they get a bonus equal to your proficiency bonus on their damage.
So if you happen to like this video or videos like it, as well as all the awesome content we do over on nerdarchy.com, and you want to show us some love, why not come check us out on Patreon and support us over there?
Yeah, like this article up in this card that you can check out, is necromancy evil?
All right, so we're going to dive in, and I'm going to do my list first. I thought it was pretty short, pretty sweet. I looked through and said, all right, what is it that makes a necromancer a necromancer? And to me, that's throwing out some necrotic damage, stealing life force, animating undead, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to grab my list here. So I've got Vampiric Touch, Innervation, Finger of Death, Animate Dead, and Soul Cage.
All right, so Vampiric Touch is a 3rd level spell. Basically, you sap someone else's life force and you get hit points back. Innervation is also very similar. It's 4th level, but you kind of can create this necrotic connection between you and your target. And each round you can do damage and heal as well. Finger
of Death is a 7th level spell. It does a boatload of damage, and if you manage to take them down, they get back up.
As a zombie.
As a zombie. Animate Dead is another 3rd level spell, and this is going to give you skeletons and zombies. I think the premier thing of what makes a necromancer is making undead. And then last but not least is going to be 6th level on my list, and that's Soul Cage. And I mean, come on, that literally traps your soul. I mean, how more necromantic can you get?
I think it is the only reaction spell for the necromancer as well, or for necromancy, because it's when someone dies, you're like, no, you don't get away from me that easily.
Mine.
All right, that's a pretty good list. But for my list, I went with like, oh, what is a necromancer all about? And I'm like, creating undead, commanding undead, things with undead, playing with dead things. And so I just really leaned into that. And I also said, like, what are the abilities I'm going to get for being a necromancer? And I figured that 6th level ability where you make better undead than anybody else, why not lean into that? So Animate Dead is a 3rd level spell I went with. Also Negative Energy Flood, a 5th level spell. So Animate Dead, obviously you're just creating skeletons and zombies. Boom, they're under your control. You can renew it every day if you want to. Negative Energy Flood does a butt ton of damage, much like some of the other ones. But also if you die, you become a zombie. So there's that. Next up is Create Undead, and literally you just create undead, but you can make, ghouls, gas, up to mummies. So I'm like, you know what? Then you're getting even more powerful servants, and you know what? I just want a bunch of yes men, sycophant, undead following me around. I want my undead Taraj.
Sure.
Pimp them out, give them fat gold chains, and, pump me up, hype man. And you can't do that with skeletons and zombies because they're just like, brains. Like, that's not very motivating. But, a mummy with a pair of shades, I feel like could really, pump you up.
Wow.
Next up, 7th level Finger of Death. I also went with Finger of Death as well because, again, tons of damage and you make a zombie. Why not?
Why not? And the last one on your list?
Last one on my list is like, okay, I went in a little bit different direction with this one, but you know what? If I want to be a badass necromancer and do my necromancy forever, you can become a lich, sure, you could do that route. Or you can make a clone, which is an 8th level spell, and just have clones everywhere and just Palpatine it and be like, I'm just never gonna die. You know, you're gonna try and kill me, but it's like playing whack-a-mole. Just gonna rise up again somewhere else.
Indeed. So, good solid list. You know, you can let us know, who made the better, necromancer spell list. But you know what? That's some fun necromantic stuff. But, if you find that you need more necromantic energy, why not check out our product, the Death Pit? A dark drama draws heroes into a web of intrigue at the Death Pit. A small town maintains a delicate balance with a nearby necropolis and the Death Pit shared between them. The mayor of Blackwood puts out a call for adventurers when the rising dead become problematic with the real threat that is a secret shared between the town and the Death Pit. The keepers of the necropolis, the spectral guardian hound, and the living collide when the hero stuck in the middle. Inside is a new otherworldly patron, the Necrogrim, a defender of the dead whose warlocks can awaken these restless spirits. And adventure includes a map and background information to help game masters weave players into the tense scenario. 7 NPCs, including the Master Necromancer and their 3 apprentices. 2 new magic items, including the powerful Radiant Gate, a nearly impenetrable shield against the undead. 2 new creatures, an avatar of Necrogrim, and the Church Grim, lesser guardian hounds bound to gravesites.
Let us know what are your top necromancer spells in the comments down below. Do you agree, disagree? Like Ted said, whose list do you like better? Let us know.
While you're down there, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Even go ahead and click on that notification bell. You know you want to.
Quick reminder, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we drop new videos here on the channel, so come on back. But you can't wait till then? No worries, we got you covered. There's a card up here. D&D Necromancer, let's fix it.
So until next time, stay nerdy.